The moment we've been waiting for, Montreal, a city where the past meets the future, and every street tells a story. We stepped into Old Montreal, where cobblestone street echoes with centuries of history, and the Notre Dame Basilica rises like a beacon of timeless elegance. The air is alive, charged with culture, art, and hum of life. This is a place where passion runs deep, where the French Quarter pulses with energy, and the food, a masterpiece in every bite. We wandered through its vibrant heart, from the lively markets to the intimate bistro, before ending a day in a family-run Lebanese restaurant, nestled in the embrace of history and flavor. In Montreal, the adventure never stops. It beckons you, invites you to see more, taste more, and feel it all. We're just getting started.
Watching the stars and the city lights. Right from the start, said we never grow apart, dear Wichita. You wanted me to know, never ever let you go, dear Wichita. Surrounded by colors, it's such a sight. Watching all the lovers fall into the night. All the moods in the heart.
Hello friends, welcome again to Tech World Vlogs and Tesla. If you've been following along, you will probably see the videos that we've done in the last couple of weeks. Visit Calgary, drove down to Banff, went up to Jasper, and then we will repeat that. And now we're on the final night of this epic Calgary road trip. And before I end, I wanted to show you a really our favorite hotel that we've stayed so far. This is the Mod 11 or Hotel 11 right by the airport here in Calgary. And I want to show you what a room is. Great value for money. It's $79 Canadian dollars a night. And this is our second stay here. But I want to show you the convenience but also the room quality and give it a rating out of 10 compared to all the other hotels we stayed at. So this is the view as you come through the door. You have, don't mind the mess, but you have a little seating area here where you can sit down, put your shoes on. There's also a cupboard here where you can find a couple robes. You have your iron boards. You have a coffee bar, a microwave at the top. Comes in all the rooms. You have espresso with different flavors, ice, and then you have a mini fridge which goes neatly under the coffee bar. There's air conditioning inside the room, and we selected the king size bed, so nice, clean, fresh pillows and sheets. Love these bed covers. It's really comfortable. And then on both sides there's a nightstand, USB port, very important. And then look at the headboard, a giant headboard. Also there's a light over there. And then I love this chair. This is a daybed style chair. I'll show you the view in a second, but the daybed chair sits right below the window there. And then you have a little office space here to do your work. And then they have a nice beautiful vegan leather chair. And this is a cool light. It actually is touch sensitive. It charges your phone at the top here. And there's like a touch here that allows you to increase the brightness, lower the brightness, all that fun stuff. And it comes with a giant, I would say 46 inch LCD screen, smart TV, and a lot of storage. So you have extra pillows, you have a safe there. all in all, a really, really nice room. Spacious, clean, and then the view is just, it puts it over the edge for me. You have a view that overlooks the airport, so you are right across from the airport. So when you wake up in the morning, if you have an early flight, you can actually see that through the window, which is pretty cool. You get to see that. You can't hear anything from outside. So though it's lacking a balcony, it's a nice room, clean room, $79 a night. How can you go wrong? There's lots of amenities, I should say. There is, I think there's a pool, there's a gym, there's a hot tub, there's parking on site, there's an electric charging port. There's shuttle to the airport, so if you don't have a ride, they have shuttle that runs every 15 minutes. And I'll leave the link inside the description if you want to book this hotel. But this hotel, for me, second night staying here, or second time staying here, I give it out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10. The only thing I would say is missing is I would love to have a balcony. That's one. And it doesn't have an all-inclusive breakfast place. So you do have to pay for the breakfast. It doesn't come standard with the room. And I went to the breakfast. It's not a lot of selection there. And it doesn't have a restaurant. Well, a decent restaurant on site. So that's missing. But everything else is pretty cool. If you can find somewhere else to grab some food, you'll probably get away with that. But that's it. Hopefully this is helpful. Please like, subscribe. And if you're looking for an airport with a nice room, book this airport hotel. You'll probably enjoy it more than you can assume. So I did forget to show you the washroom. This is the washroom, a giant 48 by 48 backlight mirror. And then we have a little sink here, huge sink actually. It's lovely tiles, everything is clean. Really nice fit. Toilet is super clean. The shower is excellent. The water pressure here is really pouring from the Jasper River or wherever it comes from. Like I said, it's an awesome hotel. Other than those two nitpicky things that I have, I think this is a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. But yeah, overall, hope you like this hotel.
Days we were told would never grow old.
Alright, here we are in beautiful Old Montreal. We're actually exploring Montreal for today. And over here you can see Port de Montreal. I think I butchered that, but this is Montreal for y'all. Walking around, we have a 5-hour layover from our trip down in Calgary. And we're gonna see what Montreal has to offer. A place that speaks almost 100% French, and I don't speak a lick of French, but let's experience Montreal. Let's check it out. I do need to buy a new pants. Good old Porter airline. Someone was sitting in front of me. I had some nice red wine, hoping to drink it, and the person sitting in front of me reclined the chair, spilled the red wine all over my pants. So right now, as you can see, my pants is stained with red wine, and I need to go buy a new pants. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go explore our French neighbors, our French province of Quebec and Montreal. I do love the ambience here. Very long sidewalks, lots of folks walking around. Alright, so we're gonna hopefully see some nice buildings and old architectural buildings from back in the times. I don't know a lick of Montreal history, but let's walk around and explore together. If you are familiar with Montreal and you're watching this video, let me know in the comment what I'm looking at and some place to check out. So it looks like over here there is like it is a port. It's called the Old Port of Montreal, and there we have a French ship. Not even gonna try to say it. That's a French ship that's docked right now. We have an IMAX Telus building right off the port. and they're doing some repair. This ship probably came from up north, maybe the Northwest Territories, who knows. But I do like the vibes here. Look, it is really nice, long sidewalks. Louis, Juliet. Pretty cool. You can even, oh yeah, wow. There's even a Montreal bungee jumping over here. You can book it at montrealbungee.com. Looks like it's closed right now though. Look how busy it is out here, and this is a Monday, middle of the day. Everyone here is just sitting down quietly enjoying the peaceful river. I think that is the St. Lawrence River. Got a lot of families out here too. It looks like we have another cafe here, Cafe Van Uti. I think that's said that right, who knows? Correct me in the comment. If a lot of seating areas, a lot of picnic tables, as you can see in the background. A lot of places here you can come and relax. Enjoy the quiet streets of Old Montreal. Looks like some barbells there. It's cool. Over here it looks like it's a marine. There's a bunch of floating, I guess, deck where the boats can just dock, or a docking station, I guess you want to call it. I know over there across the river is Quebec City, which is, as we know, a province here in Canada. It does have a bit of a rustic feel to it. Businesses are still inside those buildings. You can see there in the background, very rustic old building. I guess that's what's called Old Montreal Post. Who knows? And all the folks are just watching me, thinking, what is this Englishman doing here? Should be speaking French. The music that's playing, it's very classical. You're not gonna hear hip hop or reggae or some soca in this part of the world. It's very classical, very European, and that is Montreal, a very European sort of city. I don't know cleanly the history, but when the British occupied this part and they were fighting off the native to claim more lands, the French landed in Montreal, and the British army was weak at that point. The French was able to capture Montreal and turn it into a shipping port. There's like bikes here that you can rent. If you have a family of 2 or 3, you can probably get them on one of these bikes and ride around. The city is very bike friendly. So over here you can really see that the port over here is dried up, and I don't know if you can hear me clearly, but over here the old port is already dry. There's no water inside, so the ships are actually not here. But the place that we're going, you can see in front of me the old Ferris wheel, and then there's like some rustic industrial buildings over there. Jukebox, toys. This is pretty cool. You have a Poutine, different types of shops on this strip here. And then it looks like over there, MTL, that's where you join the Ferris wheel. You might cross the bridge and check it out. Right, so we only have an hour of exploring before we have to head back to the airport. Oh, that's cool. What is this? Oh, that's a zip line right there. interested. Zip line and just climbing. Wow. Very. That's crazy. Wow. Montreal really embraced activity. Oh, these are one of the bikes over here. As you can see, it's like one of those Indian tuk-tuk. But you can rent one of those here. Alright, hopefully you're still watching. This is Montreal at its finest. The most dangerous thing here is bicycle. It's everywhere. And tuk-tuk. There's barely any cars around, but it's mostly like people walking, kids in strollers, and everyone biking. Alright, so we are going to head over to the Basilica, and this is the center of scenes. Old rustic building over here. So we're gonna keep walking down this building and hopefully find the Notre Dame Basilica. Alright, I think we got our navigation right now. I'm gonna walk down this cobblestone road in Old Montreal in these alleys, which is weird, and head over to the Notre Dame Basilica. Famous place here in Montreal. Over here we have Hotel Nelgan, and seems like all the street is named after a saint. Over here is Saint Paul Street. Alright. Funny. It doesn't feel like you're in Canada. Imagine going from Calgary to Montreal. Feels like a different place, different language, different architectural buildings. So different. Alright, this is the not a church. There's like so many churches here, but here we are in the Basilique Notre Dame de Montreal. I think that's what it is. That's what we're looking for. It's a square. It looks like a place I visited in Cuba. Wow, it is very nice. Here you have some entertainment, street entertainment. A statue over there. Everyone taking photos, and this is the Notre Dame Basilica. Let me know what you think. It's huge. All right. The music is vibing, or like kids say, the music is musicking. I like this center of the square. Awesome music there from the artists. Lots of benches around. You come grab a seat with the family, and then we have a little memorial here. 1642. One of the great conquerors, I believe, that fought for Montreal. It's a fountain. Jean Mance, right over there. And then you have these really storytelling statues. Pity the water fountain is not working right now. I don't even know if you can hear me, but yeah, what do you think? Good old Montreal and the smooth operator. Where else you gonna get this live entertainment? All right, pigeons flying, European vibes. Smooth operator playing in the background from a talented artist. It's really time for me to get some food and change his pants. I still haven't found a place that sells pants, but Hopefully we'll find some more shops along the way. But what a place. Montreal. What a fantastic vibe over here. I don't know, it's changing my opinion. I do have a little strong opinion against Montreal, but it's warming up to me. It's convincing me. Right. This looks like a Nutella store. All they have is Nutellas. Oh, interesting. There you go. Seems like a pretty cool bakery place. This is the menu here if you're interested. And the place is called Maison Ballet. Please, oh look at this. Ho ho ho. It's very Christmassy. Look at that. You have the Christmas starting early theme right here. Christmas trees. We're in the middle of April. We have Christmas decoration here in Montreal. Maybe it's a place that's always Christmas. Who knows? Petite Mansion Bleu. Something about blue, I think. Who knows? Alright, that's the end of that.
Yeah, so that's always a good one. And so yeah, like I was actually in
Alright, the exploration continues. What kind of cafes? And in the middle of all the uniqueness, you find a McDonald's everywhere. Another cobblestone alley here in the heart of Montreal. These are some really English buildings. You can see the English architecture there, maybe French. And over here we have some giant pillars. I'm not sure what this building. Oh, there it is. Whoever want to translate that. Court of Appeal. There we go. Of Quebec. Another very old building. I think it's some sort of government building. Who knows? Here's another square over here. Another government building, I think. Don't think there's a lot of private buildings here. Champ de Mars. And then a huge statue here in memory of the Honorable Admiral Lord Viscount Nelson. There you go. Another memorial here in the middle of the city. Lord Viscount, who passed away for, I would imagine, victory. In the middle of the streets here. And like I said, there's no cars. Everyone is in strollers and minding their own business. Got me yabbing around, but no one really cares. Alright, the journey continues. European, oh, there you go. Doesn't get any more European than this. A Jasper or a Vespa. A Vespa in the middle of the street from Italy. Pretty cool. We need to find something that we can eat fast. Montreal, New York, Poutine. I think there's a magic show here. See, folks got in the middle of the street there for a balloon. Right. I don't think we're gonna get that pants today. Have some more places here where you can get food. I have a person over here claims to be hungry. Montreal poutine. I've had enough poutine. I think I'm in Montreal out of poutine. Some more places here. There's a Montreal Kebab. We can try that. That might be ready made. And then some more stores here. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Sorry. A table for two?
Table for two, yeah. Alright. Good old Montreal Kebab in the streets of Montreal. while we're taking advantage of the layover. Alright guys, so we had a really awesome quick bite here in the Montreal Kebab restaurant.
Some water for the
Oh,
way
thank
for
you. Look,
too.
this is Noor.
Hi.
Say hi to Noor.
Hi.
She's the one that took great care of us.
Thank you.
Got the food so fast for us, and we got a complimentary bottle of water. So please come visit this restaurant. They're so
You're welcome here.
convenient and fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Here we go. See how friendly the staff is here at Montreal Kebab. Yeah, restaurant looks like. There you go. It's called Montreal. In the description, I'll link where to find them. And come support these businesses here. As the manager was saying, they actually are closed in the winter. They're only open in the summer, so it's really hard to keep the business open like that. So they do need tourism's and your support here to this place here. All right, that being said, really awesome Lebanese food, and time to keep chugging along in good old Montreal. Let's check it out. All right, we got some street art here. As you can see, lots of really cool painting and art of good old streets of Montreal. And then a lot of folks over there gathered looking at the magic show. I'm walking in the middle of the road, which is crazy. There's no cars or anything. Lots of folks minding their own business. How about that? Pretty cool. Huh, what do you think? Does Montreal excite you? Is this a place that you see visiting in the future? I must say the food here is delicious and a really great place to get some exercise. It's a lot of walking. Where we're gonna get the Uber, hopefully back to the hotel. Well, I mean the airport. We're not staying over. One of our guides here told us to walk on this pathway. It's a lonely road. There's a few people here. We're one of the few. Hoping to get an Uber back to the airport. The roads here are a little weird. A lot of alleys, a lot of one-ways. Problem is the Uber can't turn into the central square, so you do have to find another place where the Uber can park so you can hop on. Wow, check this out. It's a old historical building. History of Montreal. You can see the painting the side and the whatever vines growing on the building. It's hard to talk when you just had a belly full of Lebanese food and climb this steep hill to get to the top. Really testing the cardio, the body, but we can do it. Let's keep chucking away. Think this is a good spot here where we can call the Uber. Let's see. Alright, that concludes our trip here, day trip in Montreal. We got the Uber driver, he's gonna be here anytime soon, but we're saying goodbye to this interesting city. There's a lot of interesting stuff. We'll see you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below.
Always on a high, you were always on my mind, dear Wichita. The days we were told would never grow old here in Wichita. We were down by the river all through the night, watching the stars and the city lights. Right from the start, said we never grow apart, dear. were down by the river all through the night, watching the stars and the city lights. Right from the start, said we never grow apart, dear.